Viewers, welcome to our forum on gene editing for climate change in agriculture, particularly in Malaysia. Okay, I am Dr. Mathivanan Loganathan from the Department of Agriculture of Malaysia. Together with me here, Dr. Farhanah and Dr. Athirah in this forum. Dr. Farhanah, can you please introduce yourself, followed by Dr. Athirah?
Thank you, Dr. Mati. I'm Dr. Farhanah from the Agriculture and Food Security Ministry of Malaysia. I am very excited about today's forum about gene editing for climate change in Malaysia, such an interesting topic.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Dr. Athirah, Head of Center for Research in Biotechnology for Agriculture UMPSA. It's great to see you both, Dr. Mati and Dr. Farhanah, in this forum.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction, Dr. Athirah and Dr. Farhanah. With that, let us begin our forum for today. Okay, so the main question for our topic for this forum is, what is meant by gene editing? So Dr. Farhanah, can you please explain about the gene editing?
Yes, of course, Dr. Mati. Gene editing is the ability to make highly specific changes in the DNA sequence of a living organism, essentially customizing its genetic makeup. Gene editing is performed using enzymes, particularly nucleases that have been engineered to target a specific DNA sequence, where they introduce cuts into the DNA strand, enabling the removal of existing DNA and the insertion of replacement DNA. Key among gene editing technologies is a molecular tool known as CRISPR-Cas9, a powerful technology that was discovered in 2012. CRISPR-Cas9 function with precision, allowing us to remove and insert DNA in the desired locations.
Wow, that's a wonderful explanation, Dr. Farhanah. I was like, now clearly understand what is meant by gene editing. And now for Dr. Athirah, what do you think about the principle of application of gene editing for climate change in agriculture, particularly in Malaysia?
Well, about that, gene editing has the potential to contribute to addressing climate change challenges in Malaysia. Due to environmental damage caused by human activity, change in temperature and precipitation pattern in Malaysia have become more unpredictable and eventually affect crop yield. Climate change will cause phenomena such as the increase of the heat towards the crop, frequent rainfall or long-lasting drought, alteration of timing and distribution of pests and disease, and change in atmospheric carbon dioxide level that may lead to depletion of nutrient content in crop. So to overcome this, we can apply gene editing to develop tolerant crop varieties that are better suited to the changing climate. For example, by altering the gene expression of plant, it may be possible to develop crops that are more resilient to drought, heat, or other environmental stresses.
Wow, that's a one clear explanation by Dr. Athirah. Thank you so much, Dr. Athirah. Now, Dr. Farhanah, upon Dr. Athirah's explanation about the principle of application, what is your opinion in the importance of this gene editing technology in our Malaysian agriculture?
All right, Dr. Mati, as Dr. Athirah said, climate change affects agricultural crop yield. So this will lead to a shortage of feedstock in Malaysia in the future if no one initiates to protect agriculture. So here comes the importance. By applying this technology in agriculture, we will produce plants like paddy, which are resistant to some environmental stress and also will help to increase the crop yield.
But Dr. Fana, there will be still some disadvantage also, right, on using this technology to alter the DNA of the crops.
Of course, it has, Dr. Athirah. There are advantages and disadvantages on using this technology in agricultural crops. Dr. Mati, would you like to take over this?
With pleasure, Dr. Athirah. Yeah, as you said, there are some advantages and disadvantages of applying this technology in our agriculture. So first, I would like to start with the disadvantages. Like the first one is the unknown ecological impact, which is like introducing the gene-edited organisms into our ecosystem may have unforeseen ecological impacts. And then these impacts can be challenging to predict, and there is a need for a comprehensive risk assessment. And the second one is social acceptance. And as all of us know, that's one of the biggest disadvantages we are having right now, not only for our gene technology, gene editing technology, but other like recombinant and other recombinant gene technology and other other gene technology applications also have the same disadvantages. So, which is the social acceptance. Not everyone will accept the genetically modified organisms or crops, as their mindsets are, they are thinking it is not safe, it is unsafe, it can cause some unpredictable disease for us, sort of like that. But actually, it will not cause those kind of disease like as they are afraid of. But still, it's being a disadvantage for us. But apart from the disadvantages, when we look on the bright side, this technology also will produce, which is the how to say the advantage of this technology. This will help to produce the climate resilient crops. Gene editing can be used to develop crops with resilience to climate stress, such as drought, heat, and disease. These can contribute to maintaining or increasing the agricultural productivity in changing the environmental conditions. Apart from that, it also will improve the crop's yield. Gene editing can optimize the traits of crops, leading to increase the yield. And this is especially important in context of growing global population and for the need of sustainable food production. Apart from that, it will also will stabilize the crops against the changes in the climate, and also gene editing will help to improvise the nutrients of the crops.
Thank you, Dr. Mati. Such a clear answer. Dr. Athirah, do you have any question?
Yes, one last question. Just now at the disadvantage, Dr. Mati did not tell us about the ethical issue. Dr. Mati, would you like to explain it?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, doctor. I forgot about the ethical issue. So, about the ethical issue, thank you for again for reminding Dr. Athirah. So, there is a few ethical issues, but from here, I would like to point out the three main ethical issues, which is first is the environmental impact and unintended consequences. Editing genes to create climate-resistant crops may have unintended consequences on our ecosystem. The release of genetically modified crops into environment could lead to ecological imbalance or the unintended modification of non-targeted species. Then the second one is the long-term environmental and health effects. The long-term environmental effects of gene-edited crops on the environment and human health need to be thoroughly studied based on these, because there is not much studies for this, so it has to be thoroughly studied. The ethical responsibility requires careful consideration of potential risks and mitigation strategies before widespread adoption of the gene-edited crops. Then lastly is the social equality and access, as I said just now, for the disadvantages. The disruption and accessibility of gene editing technologies and the climate resistant crops could create disparities between large scale and also the small scale farmers. So ensuring that the benefits of gene editing are equally distributed among different farming communities is an ethical challenge. Like if we produce a gene edited crops, we cannot just give it to the large scale farmers. We have to give it to the small scale farmers as well. So it will be balanced in terms of economic as well.
Wow, there are many challenges if you want to produce gene edit crop agricultural purpose.
Yes, Dr. Athirah. But still, we can overcome these challenges and still we can produce these agricultural crops for a better future.
Yes, I truly agree with you, Dr. Farhanah. We still can produce climate-resistant agricultural crops using this gene editing technology. Despite all the challenges, challenges will always how to say grow one by one. But we, as biotechnologists, we can face the challenges and produce a unique product which can give nutrient and also will protect our nation in future. So like we can take an example of the beta carotene rice. Initially, it was intended in use in the countries where rice is a staple food and vitamin A is a deficiency. So actually, beta carotene rice is a genetically modified crops or paddy plant, which invented just now I say for the country that use rice as the most, and also the vitamin deficiency in among their community, because as all of us know, beta carotene will converted into vitamin A when we consume it. So when they introduce it into a country, especially in African country, it gives a huge impact among the community in the African country. So it was a huge success.
Yes, agree with you, Dr. Mati. I think we can end our forum here. So let me wrap up this forum. Gene editing for climate change in agriculture is not a hard task. It still can be produced to protect our Malaysian agricultural crops, but the challenges to produce these are very high. Overall, it is a very good idea to improve the agricultural crops and at the same time increase the feed stock of our country and food security. So that is all from us. Thank you.